And hello everyone, all about the gyro here. And well, everyone else was joining in on this, so I figured I'd do the same myself. One of the great revelations of the new Season 1
Fastest lap for Montgomery, 237.7.
of the 2022 iRacing calendar is the revitalization of the TCR class. So I have purchased my car. And when I say I've purchased my car, I own a Hyundai Elantra in real life. A little bit older than this one, though, and a lot less horsepower. You see directly in front a minty white Honda Civic TCR. Civic about 340 brake horsepower, the Elantra 350 brake horsepower, and the Audi, it also was updated. So, because of the revitalization of the TCRs, the two series that will immediately benefit the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge, which already was trending upward, now huge shot in the arm. In the series I'm in right now, the introduction to TCRs, the Touring Car Challenge. This is a fixed series, 15 minutes in durations. Everyone is locked into a fixed sprint setup. The only thing you change is the brakes. And outside of one endurance race last season where we raced with the Danish dynamo himself, Kurt Jensen, I had never driven this car in an official race until now. So, 3 different cars, 15-minute fixed series. We're at Spa, which is a notorious SR killer. Everything could go wrong. So let's have a quick look at some of the other cars out there. So this is the Audi, and this was already in, as in this was a free car, because they had no other TCRs until this season. So pretty excited about that. Now, if you look at some of the other ones, this is the Honda. And then, as you have seen, the Hyundai, which is this. And as you can tell, a lot of people have been eager to race TCRs because talk about bringing the right content, revitalizing a series. Last year, the Touring Car Challenge was struggling to get, on average, somewhere between, I think, 12 to 15 drivers a slot. I think it was on the low end. In this session, 253 already registered. Tells you everything that you need to know. This has been one of the great revelations. So I'm looking forward to racing this. This is the perfect series for me to learn about this car, and definitely provides a little bit more value.
That's a new fastest lap for Lord, 237.1.
To the membership. So I think we're ready to go here. These splits are starting to divide because it is 45 minutes past the hour, and that's another thing about this particular series that is great. It runs every hour at 45 minutes past the hours. So you have your practice, your quali, and then your 15-minute race. You're in and out the door in less than half an hour. Perfect. So let's go racing. And as the session spawns in, I'm going to be uploading this video both on my YouTube channel and on my Twitch channel, both named All About the Gyros. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe on both. We are starting to get to kind of the second milestone on Twitch, and that is 100 subs. Never thought that would ever happen. But it has, and we're getting close. So we're going to be uploading our videos on both of the services. And at the time of this recording, I am at exactly 1500 iRating. We did a GT3 race on Twitch. Got ran into by a low ranked GT3 driver, inexperienced, and sent us back 49 points first race. And we were doing very well. We were 6th, but that's life. You got to suck it up and push forward. So,
Radio check.
now everything has spawned in here, and I have my race labs radar up because you're gonna see and hear some banging. These cars can take a lot of abuse, and so you can hear them now. And so let's see how we are in the split. So we are the number 10 car in a 20 car split. So that tells me the strength of field is very close or at 1500. And as I've mentioned, I am a complete novice in this car. So one of the big things that I'm going to be looking to do in this race is to learn about this car, because there's some interesting attributes about this series, and that is a lot of different circuits are available to this car. It's because it's fast enough. These cars in the top end can get into excess of 140 miles per hour. So for the metric fans out there, that is about 230 roughly on the kilometers per hour scale. Secondly, it's a standing start. And so all sorts of things can happen. The third thing is cold tires are very, very real when it comes to this car, because this is a front wheel drive car. So, tire management, getting tires up to temp and pressure, so on and so forth, those things really are now a prime factor in this car. And then, as aforementioned, the racing. Now, for those who have not been on iRacing before or are coming back to the service after a period of time, notice the blue button. So this is a new feature. So if you do not want to qualify, you can now click that blue button.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 85 Fahrenheit.
And this is what happens on the entry screen. So one of the cars has said, you know what, I'll drive from the back and have a good time with it. And so, as you see here, I'm Division 4. It's the highest division I've ever been in. So staying in this division is going to be the number one goal of my season, because now the racing is going to get a lot tougher than it has been before. So, pretty exciting times. So, if you hit that blue button, it will ask, are you sure you want to end your qualifying effort? And if you hit yes, I am, that's it. You don't get an undo at that point. If you start in the back, you start in the back. So now that I have the screen up, let's talk briefly, because we are not going to qualify. Let's talk briefly about iRacing in general. So this build update, we got the TCRs, we got Knockhill, and then the phenomenal W12, the current World Constructors Championship car from Mercedes Petronas Formula One. I have been driving it. I have been trying to figure out how to set it up because Paul Webster is using my set making services again. But the W12 is an insane car. It's bonkers. It's nuts. It's yeah, it's a thing. So here's that. I'm gonna hit yes, and I'm just gonna say, you know what? I'll happily start in the back because I'm learning about the car, and I'll be happy. So the Mercedes has really shown the limits of netcode, especially across multiple regions. So if you look at the ping right now, this is from, I expect, the Boston farm. And that's how you can find out which farm. Down on the lower left, it says race farm. And there you go. So in the Mercedes, your closing rate and your braking and everything just happens so quick that because it's happening so quick, the anticipation factor is catching a lot of people out. Yours truly in practice really struggled with the timing of everything. Let's not even talk about the setup because the setups, it's a brand new car, everyone's all over the place. But with the netcode, it is definitely more prevalent this season than in previous, especially for our Australian individuals. So, as you are racing around, make sure you give some space. So, if I'm around Murray, who is the number 9 car directly ahead of me, he has a 233 ping. He can't help it. I'm going to be giving him a very wide berth because Australian internet memes be real, my friends. That is for sure. So, outside of all that, it's kind of business as usual. GTEs are now solely in the domain of, for the daily races, that is, in the European Sprint Series. And so it's going to be very interesting to see how the fact that you must have an A license, because before you only needed B to race the GTEs, how the standards are going to be. So I'll be very curious to see how that goes. So we have a lot of Iberians in this, so I expect some very aggressive racing from our Iberian friends. And so, yeah, it's going to be a hoot. So, this season, for those that have not yet watched my YouTube video about my official announcement, GT3 Racing is going to definitely take a starring role. But the other series I'm looking at, so Indy Pro 2000, definitely is going to have an enhanced focus. But we also have radicals. This series here in the W12 have my interest. So lots of racing to come from this. Now, let's look at the lap times. I did in practice, I think, right around where Mario and Sebastian and Raul is. So, if I avoid damage, if I keep the car off the wall, if I get to the middle of the pack, remember this is a foreign car to me. I've not had much experience. I'll be pretty happy. And there is an art to driving these cars from what I have already witnessed and seen from other people racing this. So it's
That's a new fastest
gonna
lap
be a
for
hoot.
Cardona, 236.6.
All right, so we should be. Looks like we're 16th. Let's go ahead and grid. As aforementioned, standing start. You do get a fast repair in this series. And the only thing you can change is, and I'll show you this again, from what I understand, you can only change the brakes. I think the rest of these are fixed. So we're 16th. Okay, I got pedals. I got wheel. And for me specifically, what I'm going to do here is see if I can. And the reason why I'm doing this is for the shift lights. So I can see the shift lights a little bit easier. Because the way that my eyes and steering wheel look, I have a bit of a problem. All right. Just waiting for everyone else to grid. So very exciting to see the TCRs back in business. Let's see who has not gridded yet. Okay, first 7 has gridded. That's probably the cars behind, and they may be pit lane starting as well. So we got the radar up. 16. So it's going to be a hoot. And these are front-wheel drive cars, so they drive very, very differently. So if you start spinning, you need to slam the throttle.
P16, the track temp is 85 Fahrenheit. All right, Dwayne, get ready. Floor it. 15 minutes remaining, 15 minutes to go.
All right, here we go.
Car right. He's still there. Right side's clear. Car right. Clear right. On your right. Right side's clear.
I took that very carefully. And now, you have to lift because the tires are cold.
Car left. Still there.
There's some slowdowns
Clear
there.
left.
On track overtake.
Right side. Clear right.
All right. pretty clean start here. And the draft is real here. Now, from initial reports, the Hyundai has been the car best overall. In terms of being here at Spa, I'm not so sure. The BOP has been very even when it comes to that.
Car right. Clear right. Car right. Still there. Clear right. On your right. Clear right. There's an incident in the chicane. You think it might be Rodriguez?
Didn't leave me any space there.
P12.
Just came down, didn't check his blind spot, and that's why he got spun.
Car left. Still there. Clear left.
There he is right there. He's already gone by. And the way that this car drives in the steering is very interesting, because you can actually feel a little bit of simulated slip. It's just a fascinating car to drive. Tires are warmed up now. Should be, I think, 6 laps.
Okay, Dwayne, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
I do just a little lift.
The leader has just done a 236.2. Car right. Right side's clear. Car right. Right side's clear. Come on, don't let him get away.
And these cars are very tricky to drive.
E14. Right side. Clear right.
Silly person there. Let's just stick the car down while I'm in the braking zone. So remember, this is a D-licensed series. Now he's going to try here.
Car right. Still there. Clear right. Bad luck, mate.
Give him a little bit of room.
There's an incident in Bruxelles.
Someone just had an off. So the spot I lost, I got back.
The gap to Rodriguez ahead is now 1.2. Okay, Dwayne, halfway home. We've got plenty of fuel.
So I need to figure out Eau Rouge in this car. I'm losing a lot of time
Murphy
in Eau
is
Rouge.
leading the race. The guy behind's reeling you in. The gap's now 1.2. They're faster than us into Bruxelles.
Okay, I'm braking too deep into that corner. So we gotta learn. This is about learning the car.
That's the fastest lap of the race.
And so one of the things I'm realizing is the brakes are definitely not as good as some of the other cars that I drive. So, 6 minutes left. A lot could happen. Definitely rewards a smooth driving style with heavy emphasis on corner exit.
Incident in Stablo. Looks like it's Cardona.
And there's something's happened ahead.
That's 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes.
Stavolo being right here. And I've lost the car here. So, make him go the long way around.
Okay, Dwayne, hold your nerve. Just keep it smooth. No mistakes.
Back up a little bit early.
The next car is Rodriguez.
Much better.
Your lap time was 2:41.0. Push now. The guy behind is catching.
And so there's definitely a little bit of maintenance throttle, I'm thinking.
Murphy is now leading. That's half fuel. You've used half your fuel. The gap to Rodriguez ahead is now 4.2 seconds.
There's 3 cars behind that are struggling. A lot of flashing lights. Really trying to focus on corner exit right now. And Adrian has disconnected behind me, which is unusual.
All right, Dwayne, 10 minutes of fuel remaining. Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
You got one more lap. The 14th. It's not bad, actually. I expected to lose a little bit of I rating. It's one of the things about this season is I was expecting to lose a lot of I rating.
White flag, one more lap.
Alright, so we may need a little help ahead to gain any spots. And this car really teaches you the early apex. Like get your turning in and then really slam the throttle.
P14.
Something has happened here. Because there was a relative. Looks like they've sorted themselves out. But for a first race, I'm going to look forward to racing this a little bit more.
There's an incident in La Source. It looks like Murphy and Hislop.
And then we'll have a look.
P13. That's the end of the race. Never mind.
Okay. P13. I'm relatively happy about that. Let us see what happened on the collision. I think that was either lap. Let's see here if it was. I think it was. Yes. Okay, so let's back this up here. And we'll start the analysis. So the 14 car Sebastian is on the right. And let's roll it forward here. I'm on the outside. He's on the inside. So, rotates in. Okay, so if I am anywhere near that bumper, because he does not know I'm here. Okay. He does not know I'm there. Okay. So he comes down because he doesn't realize a car is there. So I can understand why that happened. Because he is not expecting. Let me find the best. Nope. Blimp is the right view. What he sees is there's nobody here. Because he just comes right down. Just chops the line away. And that's why he got hit. Let's see if there is anything said here on the video. He just chops down. He doesn't know I'm there because he's not thinking. He's not thinking that there's going to be a car there. And so the thing is, it's a racing incident, right? It's definitely an accident. But I think what he's got to do is he's following. He knows I'm on the outside. Where do I go? There's your problem right there. Okay. So I have nowhere to go. And the problem is it's a timing thing. I'm the car behind, so more of the percentage of fault's going to be on me than on him. But we're both responsible. 6x. 6x. So final results, we end up P13. So we lost 25 IR. We lost a 10th in safety. I'm okay with that. And there, okay, in Adrian, the reason for the disconnect is he was disqualified. That's why Adrian is down here next to last. But losing 25, I'm okay with that. It is a new car. So, yeah, just a racing incident. It's just a classic case of, you'll see it here on the replay. He knows I'm there, but now he thinks he's good. He hits the brakes because he's reacting in front, and it's just the accordion effect. I'll take some blame on that. Anyway, my friends, that's it for now. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. And as always, take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. God bless.